Yo, what's cracking everyone? Ericship, triple one here. Now, Forza Horizon 4 has been out for quite some time now, and we have seen vast improvements since the game's released. Of course, there have also been disappointments along the way, but that is the nature of video games. It's rare to make a game completely perfect that everybody is happy with. With that being said, there are still many things that Playground Games can improve upon Horizon 4 and the series, and given that this time round there will be a 3-year cycle until the next game, one of two things will either happen. One, more time will be spent perfecting and adding on features for this current game, or two, new things that could have been improved on Horizon 4 will be left to transition over to the next Horizon game, whenever that may be. Now, I don't know what the team may look at to see what features they could add into the game, but more so what current features that they could improve upon. But we, as consumers, have a voice, and if we let our voices heard loud enough without being unreasonable or obnoxious, we may have a chance to have some of the things we like being implemented. Regardless though, in this video, I'll be showcasing 7 things or features that could be improved on in Forza Horizon 4. Number 1, a more diverse aftermarket car list. So in Forza Horizon 4, there are a few aftermarket cars such as Hoonigan, RTR, and even HSV, but these are relatively big companies, nearly a big brand independent to the cars themselves. What's gone are the days in the motorsport series where we would actually get aftermarket tuners like Top Secret, Nismo, and Mugen. Now, of course, within the Japanese car culture, there are many of these and have even appeared in some of the older Forza titles. What were amazing about these cars were the unique aftermarket components that were added to not only increase horsepower, but the full aesthetic changes, such as the interior with extra gauges, digital dash, and even fixed bucket seats. Of course, I'm only basing the examples on what we had in the Forza series back on the Xbox 360 days. However, even tuners like Alpina, who specializes in developing high-performance BMWs, Novitec Group, who modify Italian supercars, and much more, which I'm sure many of you watching will know, it'll just create a big diverse range of cars to drive, including special aftermarket ones that the Forza customization won't allow us to do. Gran Turismo does a very good job of this, and it always ends up being a treat for players because these aftermarket tuner cars can bring a unique identity that even painting, modifying, and even trying to replicate everything still can't capture the aura that these tuner cars can provide. Number 2, more trims of a specific car model. So what I mean by this is I would like to see more generic models of a car that is already in Forza. For example, the Nissan Skyline R32 GTR V-Spec. I would love to see a non-V-Spec GTR version in the game, or even the rear-wheel drive R32 GTST. That would be incredible. Again, I'm just using the Skylines as an example, but there are so many more cars you can do. Mercedes, you could have the compressor models added into the game, EcoBoost Mustang, a normal Subaru WRX. There is a plethora of cars that could be added, which would really spice up our choices when it comes to choosing what car we would like to drive in the game. Because in reality, it's uncommon to find someone else that drives the exact same car as you. Of course, I'm talking about sports cars and not a family car. And that's where the conversation begins between two car owners, talking about the differences between the two similar yet different cars you guys own. In reality, when you see a WRX drive past, you wonder, ooh, is that an STI or just a WRX? And that's the questions I want to ask when I'm in game 2, because right now, whenever I see an Impreza drive past, I know it's going to be an STI. So yeah, I know it's a lot of work to model cars, and I'm not expecting Playground Games to do anything about it because it is a lot of work. However, it's just an idea that I'm throwing out there that could perhaps expand the Horizon series, but yet still stay true to its core identity. Number 3, replay system. Don't get me wrong, what we currently have at the moment is not too bad, with the varying options of panning, dollies, and fixed cameras to the car, they are sufficient to make a decent machinima style drift video, or we could even use the drone or photo mode to showcase our cars. But this replay option has been in the Forza franchise for years, and I think it's time to expand on that, because nothing can truly replicate a camera chasing your car in a broadcast manner, allowing us to appreciate not just the cars, but also the environment surrounding you and your own driving skills. Now, whether this will be available as a feature in free roam, it may be quite difficult to execute, since where would you place the camera? It can be anywhere in infinite different locations, because again, in Horizon you can drive anywhere across the map. But proper replays after actual races can certainly be done, and if they can capture a glimpse of the replay system to what I consider till this day as the best replay in any racing game, Gran Turismo 3, this will bring a sense of video realism to Forza Horizon 4. Number 4, Dynamic Pedestrians. This is another feature that I would love, and that is for the crowd to react to you when you are driving. For example, when I'm driving around the festival site and I'm coming at 100 miles per hour into the wall, the crowd just stays there animated, not realizing the danger they are in. I would love to see them step back as the car is slowly approaching them, or even when driving around the city in my Bugatti Chiron. Come on, how am I not turning anyone's heads while cruising through Edinburgh? It will be amazing to see the pedestrian take out their smartphone and take a shot of my beautiful hypercar while I'm driving. Just simple things like this can really liven up the environment and atmosphere when driving around the map. Number 5, a real focus on drag racing. Okay, so throughout the series, Playground Games have slowly introduced different racing elements into the game. One year it was rally modifications, which includes a body kit, tires, and suspension. Horizon 4 had the introduction of drift suspension and drift vehicles. So possibly for the next Horizon game, Playground Games may include more drag racing elements and even a standing 1 mile drag strip that we all miss so dearly. This may include bigger drag radials for the rear, super skinny tires up the front, and even a wheelie bar. All of this to really emphasize the importance of drag racing. The crew too has something a little similar, as they have variants of normal cars in drag format, and the cars are extremely powerful. They can go over 300 miles per hour with relative ease, but have terrible handling, as again, there's big fat tires at the rear, skinny fronts, and also a wheelie bar. Perhaps Playground Games could also introduce real drag racing cars, whether they are jet fuel cars, funny nitro cars, and even some 8-second street cars. Anything to really emphasize that drag racing is in the game, and perhaps one reason as to why drag racing has been a bit lackluster in this current game is because they are saving up all the new features for the next Horizon game. Possibly. Number 6, sell cars without the auction house. This one is just a small feature, but have you ever felt like you have too many duplicates of the same car, but you don't really want to just remove the car because it's a waste? However, you don't really want to put it up on the auction house because chances are that the car you want to get rid of is a common car, and it's probably flooded with other users wanting to do the same thing as well. So the chances of your car being sold is extremely slim. So wouldn't it be nice to just be able to sell the car for a small price instead of getting rid of it for free? Of course, the more money you spend on the car, the more you will get back. But this is something small that will easily stop many of us hoarding our cars, because yes, some of us are a little bit pitiful, but we don't want to get rid of our cars for free. Fast and small prices will be good enough. And number 7, 4-wheel steering. Here's a small little feature I would like to see in Forza Horizon 4, and that is the ability to visibly inspect up close cars with 4-wheel steering. Now maybe in game their turn radius may already be better than cars with only 2-wheel steering, but nothing actually suggests that these 4-wheel steering cars actually has it in Horizon 4. So if Playground Games could include visually the back wheels turning, that would be so cool to see, and cars like the Honda Prelude will become so much more popular to drive. So there we have it, guys, 7 things or features that could be improved upon in Forza Horizon 4 or a future Horizon title. If you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to smash the thumbs up button, that would really help me out. Also write down in the comment section what you think, what features could be improved in Forza Horizon 4 as of right now that they could perhaps move over to the next Horizon game. I would love to read some of your comments. And lastly, if you guys would like to see more Forza Horizon 4 content right here on this channel, including news, updates, and car lists, make sure to click the subscribe button with notifications turned on. That way you won't ever miss out on another video that goes live. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.